Good afternoon and welcome once again to another edition of our B series. The last one was the spelling bee. Today we're doing the geography bee with period 7, our mass media performance class. And we have 7 teams that will be competing to score the most amount of points. We will start with our first team, and that will be Carly, Mariah, and Kirsten. We remind our competitors to listen to the full question as there is a lot of information provided, but typically the easiest part of the question is at the very end. All right. Your first question is, all right, here we go for group number 2. Thank you, audience. Prudhoe Bay is the center of this state's oil-rich North Slope that has its borough seat at Barrow. Fairbanks is the largest inland city of this state, which is home to North America's highest peak at Denali. For this point, name the largest U.S. state governed from Juneau.
Alaska.
That is correct. Brian, Jason, Adam, our third team. Indiral's first question. This country disputes the Paracel Islands with China, and its capital is served by the port of Haiphong. This country's city of Hue was the capital of the New Nguyen dynasty, and this country experienced the Tet Offensive in 1968. For the point, name this country home to Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. Do we have an answer?
Is it Taiwan?
It's close. It is Vietnam. Vietnam is the correct answer. That is a good guess in the right region. Which brings us to Connor, Christian, and Nolan, our fourth group here. Your all's first question. This city administers the Bonin Islands, and its metropolitan area includes the largest non-American Disney resort. Ginza is a popular shopping district in this city that was known as Edo before it became the capital of Tokugawa. Shogunate, for this point, named the Japanese city the largest in the world.
What is Tokyo?
That is correct. To Carly, Braden, and Angel. All right, your question is, this country's city of Davos hosts the World Economic Forum. This country's region, Valais, contains the resort Zermatt and the Great St. Bernard Pass, which separates the watersheds of the Rhone and Po rivers. 26 administrative regions known as the cantons divide. For the point, what famously neutral country that contains Geneva and Zurich? Famously neutral country that contains Geneva and Zurich.
Singapore?
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Switzerland. Switzerland. To Kate and Drew, your all's first question. This city's Jamaica Bay contains the second least used station of its subway network, which also connects to Howard Beach. Hart Island is a mass grave in this city where burials are conducted by inmates from the Correctional Institute Rikers Island. Exclaves of this populous city can be found on Ellis Island and Liberty Island, For the point, name this city that includes Brooklyn and Manhattan.
New York.
New York is the correct answer. And to our final group, Caden, and Peyton. All right. This city is the capital of Lazio, and its Ponte Sant'Angelo contains 10 statues of angels on it. This city has forbidden tourists from sitting on its Spanish steps, and the city's pantheon has survived largely intact for 2,000 years. This city is the capital closest to another country's capital, which it completely encloses and borders along St. Peter's Square. For the point, name this capital of Italy. Again, for the point, the capital of Italy. Do we have an answer? Need an answer. Three seconds. Time's up. The correct answer is Rome. That brings us to the end of round one. Kate and Drew with 1 point, Connor, Christian, and Nolan with a point, and Nate, Noah, and Evan also with a point. We head to round number 2. And back to our first group, Kirsten, Mariah, and Carly. This country's union territories include Puducherry and Ladakh. The Thar Desert makes up the western boundary of this country, where Sino-Tibetan, Andamanese, and Dravidian languages are spoken. The states of Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh are located in, for the point, what subcontinental country with its capital at New Delhi? Again, what subcontinental country with its capital at New Delhi?
India.
India is correct. All right. Noah, Nate, and Evan, who got a point in our last round. The house used for the filming of A Christmas Story is located in this city, where the Cuyahoga River caught fire in 1969. That river in this city empties into Lake Erie near the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For the point, name this Ohio city that recently changed the name of its baseball team after years of protest from indigenous Americans. Again, we're looking for the Ohio city that recently changed the name of its baseball team after years of protests from indigenous Americans. Do we have an answer?
Springfield.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Cleveland. 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 All right, that brings us to Connor, Christian, and Nolan. Thank you, everybody, thank you. Your all's question is, this resource is sought by companies such as Riot Windstone, who operate mines that are putting a strain on Texas's ERCOT power grid. In 2021, Nayib Bukele made this resource the official currency of El Salvador, along with the US dollar. And Colonial Pipeline paid a ransom in this currency following a 2021 cyber attack. For the point, identify this cryptocurrency symbolized by stylized B.
Bitcoin.
That is correct. To Carly, Braden, and Angel. All right. Your all's question. This language is divided into high, middle, and low divisions by the Benrath and Speyer lines. This language has official status in Italy's South Tyrol region, and its Sprachraum includes Liechtenstein, Styria, Salzburg, and other states in Austria. For the point, name this language spoken in Frankfurt and Berlin.
German.
German is the correct answer. To Kate and Drew. All right. This city's Apalachao is the most densely populated island in Asia. This city and special administrative region operates under the one country, two systems policy, along with nearby Macau. For the point, name this city, a former British colony in China.
You want me to go with that? Sure. Taiwan?
Taiwan is incorrect. The correct answer is Hong Kong. Hong Kong. To Caden, and Peyton. This U.S. state's Park City is located in the Wasatch Range, which hosted some events of the 2002 Winter Olympics. The state's town of Moab on the Colorado River is a gateway to Canyonlands and Arches National Park. The majority of the state's population are members of the Church of Latter-day Saints, or Mormons. For the point, name the state home to the Great Salt Lake.
Utah.
That is correct. Utah is the correct answer. And that ends round 2. After this round, we will eliminate anybody that doesn't have 2 points or more. So if you're sitting with 1, this is an imperative round for you to continue in this game. And that brings us to round 3, Kirsten, Mariah, and Carly.
All right, come on, guys.
All right, here we go. Thank you very much, audience. Thank you. This city's green zone contains the world's largest American embassy, the target of multiple attacks after Qasem Soleimani's assassination. This city was the capital of Abbasid Caliphate until a Mongol siege in 1258 destroyed this city's House of Wisdom. The city, built on the ruins of Babylon, is the largest on the Tigris River. For the point, name this capital of Iraq. Looking for the capital of Iraq.
Iran?
The correct answer is Baghdad. Baghdad. Which means, unfortunately, our first group has been eliminated from the competition. Nate, Noah, and Evan.
Can Iran not the same vein?
They are not.
They're at war right now.
They are, in fact, 2 very bitter rivals on the world stage. Your question is, this park's entrances of Gatlinburg and Cherokee are connected by the Newfound Gap, and its summit of Klingman's Dome is the highest peak on the Appalachian Trail. This location is the most visited national park in the United States, possibly due to its proximity to attractions such as Dollywood. For the point, name this national park shared between North Carolina and Tennessee. The national park shared between North Carolina and Tennessee. Do we have an answer?
How much time do we have?
10 more seconds.
We're gonna go with what is Yellowstone?
That is incorrect. The correct answer is the Great Smoky Mountains. But luckily for Nate, Noah, and Evan, they are safe with 2 points moving forward to the 4th round. That brings us to Brian, Jason, Adam, who will not be advancing to the next round, but are going to have a chance to get a point on the board here.
Let's go.
All right. This city is home to Europe's tallest building, the Laka Center, and it is situated on the Neva River. Vasilovetsky Island is administered by this city that was built on a captured Swedish fortress. This city contains an expansive art museum known as the Hermitage, and former names of this city include Petrograd and Leningrad. For the point, name the second largest city in Russia after Moscow. Second largest city in Russia after Moscow.
Siberia.
The correct answer is St. Petersburg, but again in the right area, just unfortunately the incorrect answer. And thank you so much for playing on the Geography Bee. Let's give them a hand. To Connor, Christian, and Nolan, who will be looking to take the lead as they've already advanced into the next round. All right. This country's Lake Wakatipu in the Southern Alps contains the adventure sports hub of Queenstown on its shores. A strait that separates this country's North and South Islands is named for James Cook. For the point, name this country inhabited by the Maori that contains the cities Wellington and Auckland.
New Zealand.
That is correct. All righty, we have Carly, Braden, and Angel looking to answer a question to advance them to the next round.
All right.
All right. Your all's question is, this country's Farasin Islands are accessible from Jazen, and its Aramco company operates the world's largest oil field. This country has been building the Jeddah Tower since 2013, and its almost completely uninhabited southeast is known as the Rub al Khali, or empty quarter. For the point, name this Arab country that contains Mecca and the capital city of Riyadh. Do we have an answer?
Pakistan?
Another team close to the right region. The correct answer is Saudi Arabia. Let's give them a hand. Thank you so much for your participation today. Which leads us to Kate and Drew, another team needing a point here. This city's Spree River contains the Boda, the Pergamon Museum, and the Egyptian division of the Neues Museum. The Tiergarten is a park in this city that also contains landmarks such as Brandenburg Gate and the Reichstag. For the point, name this German city formerly divided into communist and capitalist sides by a namesake wall.
What is Berlin?
That is correct. Berlin. And we have another team advancing to the next round. To Caden, and Peyton. And our last team of this round, trying to be the last team to advance and be one of the final four, or it will be three. We'll see. George Washington was inaugurated at Federal Hall on this street, which contains a building that once housed the Manhattan Company. This street and center of its city's financial district took its name from New Amsterdam's northern boundary. For the point, name this street home to the New York Stock Exchange that is often used to generally refer to the American financial industry.
Wall Street.
That is correct. Which leaves us with four teams, one of which has a 1-point lead as we go into the final two rounds. Our first group up with 2 points is Nate, Noah, and Evan. Your question is, the Rouge Complex is contained within this U.S. city's suburb of Dearborn. This largest U.S. city to ever file for bankruptcy is the seat of Wayne County, and the Ambassador Bridge, the busiest U.S.-Canadian border crossing, connects this city to Windsor. For the point, name this largest city of Michigan, the historical center of the American automotive industry.
What is Detroit?
That is correct. Connor, Christian, and Nolan sitting currently with 3 points, trying to hold up their lead. Bookmal, or Booktongue, is the official written standard of this country's language. This country's city of Bergen was the northernmost member of the Hanseatic League, and this country has Europe's longest coastline thanks to its many fjords. For the point, name this country with the capital at Oslo.
Norway.
That is correct. To Kate and Drew, looking to maintain stride here. All right. The Rene Magritte Museum is located in this city, which is largely French-speaking despite being surrounded by a Flemish-speaking population. This city is sometimes called the capital of Europe because it contains the headquarters of NATO and the EU. Martial arts star Jean-Claude Van Damme is humorously known as the Muscles from this city. For the point, name this capital of Belgium and namesake of a type of sprout. The correct answer is Brussels. Brussels. And that will eliminate Kate and Drew with only 2 points. They cannot catch up to our first place team, but it does bring us to Caden, and Peyton, who will also need this point to stay alive going into the final round. Your question. This city's Holy Name Cathedral on State Street features remnants of the bullets used to kill Jaime Weiss, a gangster who rivaled Al Capone. Oak Park is a suburb of the city that contains Michigan Avenues and the Willis Tower. Wrigley Field is a historic ballpark in, for the point, what Midwestern city in Illinois, the third largest in the U.S.?
Shot down Chicago.
That is correct. So going into our final round, we have Nate, Nolan, and Evan with 3 points, Connor, Christian, and Nolan with 4, Caden, and Peyton with 3. We will start in reverse order, Caden, and Peyton, to see if they can tie to stay alive here. This country experiences harsh winters known as Zuds. This country contains the world's coldest national capital and is completely surrounded by Russia and China. Ulaanbaatar is the capital of, for the point, what Central Asian country where tourists can see the equestrian statue of Genghis Khan? The capital of what Central Asian country where tourists can see the equestrian statue of Genghis Khan? Do we have an answer? Need an answer.
Tilted Towers.
The correct answer is Mongolia. Mongolia. And Kate and Peyton, thank you for playing. A valiant effort. Which brings us to Nate, Noah, and Evan, who have 3 points. That's what I'm saying, reverse order. Thank you, Christian, for coming up and setting the stage here.
Wait, are we not next?
Nate, Noah, and Evan, a chance to tie this game. They now have a chance to tie up this game and put some pressure on Connor, Christian, and Nolan. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you, crowd. Thank you. In the U.S. Navy, sailors who have crossed this geographic feature are nicknamed Sons of Neptune. This geographic feature meets the prime meridian at a fictitious point called Null Island and passes 15 miles north of Quito. For the point, name this imaginary line that passes through Kenya, Indonesia, and Brazil and divides the world into northern and southern halves.
The equator.
That is correct. Connor, Christian, and Nolan, if you get this answer right, you will be the winners of the Geography B. If they are to get this wrong, we will go question for question until there is a team that gets one right without the other team getting one right. This city's World Financial Center is the world's tallest building with a hole in it and its skyline can be identified by the rocket-like Oriental Pearl TV tower. This city, located between the states of Jiangsu and Zhejiang, is the world's busiest container port and is located at the mouth of the Yangtze River. For the point, name this largest city of China. Nolan asking for trust from his teammates.
Yeah, man. Just give me a trust.
Shanghai?
Hong Kong?
I need an answer.
Tell him one.
Let's go Hong Kong.
The correct answer is Shanghai.
No, I said that! I said it, bro!
Which means we will now be going into bonus rounds, second guessing each other, which brings us to Nate, Noah, Evan. We go into overtime, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. This U.S. state's town of International Falls is sometimes nicknamed the Icebox of the nation. This city's suburb of Bloomington contains the United States' largest indoor theme park at the Mall of America. The state administers the Northwest Angle, the northernmost point of the lower 48 states. For the point, name this U.S. state home to the twin cities of St. Paul and Minneapolis.
Minnesota?
That is correct. All right. Have to get this right to keep the game going.
I work best under pressure.
In the 2020 census, this U.S. state that contains the source of the Monongahela River, just south of Morgantown, lost the greatest percentage of its population. This state joined the Union during the Civil War when it broke away from another state due to broad opposition to slavery. For the point, name this Appalachian state governed from Charleston.
South Carolina.
That is incorrect.
No, it's Virginia. It's West Virginia.
The correct answer is West Virginia, meaning that Evan, Nate, and Noah are our winners of the Geography B. Guys, if you'll come up here, thank you so much for playing.
Very unfair. What
Come up
is
here.
the equator?
Go ahead and come up here.
Yeah, I said Shanghai last time. You didn't say it.
A little bit of infighting between the runner-up group. Guys, do you have any words that you'd like to say in honor of winning the Geography B?
Go to Buffalo Wild Wings. We are sponsored by them.
Anything else? Speaking to the microphone. You're on radio TV. You know how to do this. All right, thank you so much. That's all we have for today's Geography B. Thank you so much, everyone, for playing and for
I
watching.
personally think this is rigged. We had the most hardest questions ever. Thank you.
Iran is not a continent of Iraq. Thank you.